Okay, so it is 12:06 p.m. I just started my walk, set a timer for an hour, and it feels a lot better than yesterday, at least temperature-wise. It's like in the 70s, but yeah. I already don't want to be out here. I hate seeing all of the cars, people walking around, and I'm trying not to let it bother me. I found I don't even know if you can hear me over all of the cars, but I found a water bottle that definitely either belongs to my mother or one of my brothers, but they're both out of the house right now. So I'm borrowing it. I cleaned it out and poured some water in it. I'm glad I said that because that reminded me to drink some of it. My head is still trying to gather itself, as it were. I don't know. I still feel very strange. Still kind of groggy. I guess it's fine, but honestly, it helps me from freaking out. Usually this will be the point where I have a little bit of a meltdown, but I'm fine right now. And I know that it'll be fine. I'm walking down that straight way that I walked down the other day. I figure since I'm going to be attempting to go for a whole hour, might as well see what's down there. Bug just stopped in the middle of just floating there. I don't know what was up with that. Didn't even see it until it was almost on my jacket. That's one thing I'm very thankful for right now, is that I can wear my jacket. This is my favorite jacket. The one you've seen me with in every intro. It's definitely wearing down. I'm not going to be able to wear for too much longer. I'll have to find some new stuff to wear, but it's definitely a comfort thing. Like the blanket or the stuffed bear that you would have as a kid. I have this pulsing in my right temple, and I don't know what's up with that. There's a lot more parked cars and trucks since the last time I was down here. Boo. I'm losing clouds. The sun's coming out. Probably shouldn't have worn this hoodie. But I made that choice. I'm kind of hoping to sweat. I don't know. It just feels healthier somehow. Probably look up the science behind that. It's really pretty down here. I know I'm not showing any of it. It's partly on purpose. But it is. It must be in the, I was about to make a really bad joke. I'm trying to turn my brain back on, and hold on, my head is hurting again. Trying to turn my brain back on and think of things to talk about pertaining to my journey and growth. It's really hard to think right now, which is half of a good thing. Every time my brain goes back to how I'm looking right now, which is way better than the first day I went walking, but still, I'm outside and people can perceive me. And the cars passing by, and the unfamiliar neighborhood that I'm in. My brain just goes back to, ow, my head hurts. And oh yeah, drink water. Oh yeah, I have a camera. I don't know what it is about the phone in my hand that makes me feel just that little bit more secure. I think it's because I can act like I'm talking to someone, I guess. Of course, I'm sure if anybody were to, God forbid, actually ever, like, stop and talk to me on the sidewalk, you would see that it's just a camera. I guess in that case, they could correctly assume that I'm doing like a vlogging type thing. I hate that I just said that. I really do. I don't enjoy vlogging content, but that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a small part of me, going back to thinking about how pretty this neighborhood is, that wishes I was on this side of the road. The houses are a lot closer to each other than where I currently am. But there's a lot more nature, the trees are nice. There's places to keep gardens. It's just really good. I'm walking past something doing I were to imagine myself anywhere, I feel like I would want to be like far, far, far east. How you doing?
How you doing?
Somewhere in like Maine or Vermont or Rhode Island. I don't know why Rhode Island. I don't know why Vermont. Maine has always looked pretty to me though. I was successful and I'm patting myself on the back. Both of us, I could feel it. Both of us tried to turn away from the other. It was a middle-aged white guy. Both of us were trying to like turn away from the other, but there was no, it was inevitable that we were going to be in close enough proximity to have to acknowledge each other. I think he was feeling the exact same way, not the exact same way, but a very similar way that I was, to where he was just like, he just wanted to focus on his work. He didn't really care that somebody was on the way. There was a chair in the middle of the sidewalk. I think he was worried about that and just like staying out of my way as much as I was worrying about staying out of his. He had that like, I know somebody's gonna know what I mean. He had like that Guy Fieri type look to him, shades and all. Working at like a t-shirt and shorts, just doing his stuff. He seemed like that kind of guy too. Cars, trucks, and burgers. It has only been 13 minutes, almost 14. And that feels strange. I'm about to pass somebody with a dog. Honestly, that makes me feel a little bit safer. Because I know they want to just keep that dog going. But what was I talking about? Guy Fieri guy. It was, and this isn't necessarily making fun of him, but it was just interesting to me that it had that like, very, very similar type of feel. It was cute. How you doing? Hi. Friendly. But yeah, the dog was just like looking at me, like, hey. It was weird. It was like the dog knew that it couldn't stop. And that lady wanted none of my business, and I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. Just keep it pushing. I don't care if it was just like I have a destination to get to, I'm not having a good day, or she was white. But she was not in the mood, and neither was I. So I'm good. I need to figure out where I'm walking to. Actually, I've been in this area before. It looks very familiar. Oh. Yeah, because way, way, way further down from where I am right now is another spot that I used to live. I haven't been here in ages. I didn't realize I was that close. Can you tell I don't go outside? funny. I didn't realize through all of the places, at least in this state, that I've been. I lived so close to such like cool areas. Strange. Well, the only thing that's really strange about it is that everything's been in, like, right in my backyard, and I never went outside to notice it. But still, it's pretty cool. About to pass one of the schools that one of my brothers went to. It's funny. I have no idea where I'm going. I think I'm gonna turn. It just feels like the correct thing to do. Is it? I'm doing it. Okay, I have never been down this road, but it's starting to feel a lot more like home, quote unquote. Somebody's gonna know what I mean by that. Thinking back to that dream of the East, I don't know why I have that dream. It's something I thought about a couple years ago. I was like forcing myself to imagine myself having a life that I could be proud of and want to live. And for some reason, Wisconsin came up first, and I don't particularly care to be there. Not that I find anything wrong with Wisconsin, it's just I don't think. How many black people are in Wisconsin? I can't imagine a lot. Then again, I do like cheese. I do really, really like cheese. Maybe it could work out. I don't know. But no, for some reason my head went to... First it went to Maine. I love snow. It's very, very north. And from all of the videos and pictures, it feels like a very, like, rural town. Everybody likes to walk and bike. And my grandmother would call it old school type of town. Or state. And I love that. I love road trips, but I get car sick. I'd much rather just, like, walk everywhere. Not even bike, walk. So once I got better, I feel like that's something that I would love to do. And if I were blessed enough to get a house with a lot of land, and this is when I started thinking of Vermont. This was before the flooding, which I hope they're doing well recovering from. I could start a garden, or maybe a farm back on the back at the camp that I worked at. Oh, I'm gonna have to walk in the street a little bit, or I can just cross over to the sidewalk. A little construction going on. But back at the camp, there were boats, and I got to take care of the goats and the sheep. And I loved the goats. I loved the goats so much, the goats loved me. Never had a problem with them. Everybody else did. They were feisty as hell, but they would always come to sleep in my lap. The little ones. I think the older ones just loved me because I was the one, I was always feeding them. About to pass another school that one of my brothers went to. We've been moving around a lot. A whole lot. But no, that's something that I would love. It would be very difficult to do, but that's something I would love to do again. Just have like a... I feel like it would be something very heartbreaking to do as well. Because in order to make money for those types of farms, a lot of times you'll have to either sell the babies to grow up on another farm, or sell the adults for meat. And either is very appealing to me. I guess selling the baby goats could be okay. Make sure they go to a loving home. They'll be taken care of. Still miss them. I think I'm going in just like one big circle. That's what it feels like. All I'm really hoping for is that the circle connects so I can just have a beeline home. Speaking of said circle, I'm early. 36 minutes left on the timer. Technically 37. So I might have to make another circle, which would suck a little bit. A lot of construction going on. Some really cool houses over here. I'm not going to show them. They're really cool. There's a lady that's running around putting up signs everywhere. Some of them have gone to people's houses. They just put up one right in front of the school that I'm passing. I don't know if it's legal for them to do that. But they put a pinwheel on top, which is very cute. So I wouldn't be mad. As long as it's not like political propaganda. Go ahead, promote your business. Whatever. I got a pinwheel. And they just drove off. It was like, yeah, okay, sure, why not? That's a cool little cul-de-sac that I'm passing. I don't know where I'm supposed to turn. I just realized. To get home. This might be a little bit more than a circle. I don't know how far out, or how far up, rather, I walked. Oh, never mind. I see my sign. I may or may not have walked too far forward. That's okay. I can figure my way back. This place is really pretty. Whole bunch of gardening stuff here. Different plants that I don't know the name of, a lot of different flowers. And butterflies. I got a monarch butterfly right in front of me. Very cute. Ooh, very aggressive. Back in, my arm hurts from holding that water bottle. I'm trying to switch hands without messing myself up. Hold on. Let's try it this way. Okay. Back in 2nd grade, a very long time ago, we had a class project where we took care of a bunch of, I forget the name of the caterpillar, green caterpillar. And we put them in these little habitats. I'm gonna have to it's gonna get really loud in a second probably, if it's not already loud. A lot of busy intersections I'm about to pass up. But to continue my story, if you can even hear it, we took care of those, and it was my favorite thing every single day. First thing I did when I got into the classroom was check on the caterpillars, and there were also earthworms in another habitat. My favorite thing. And I'm a guy who does not like bugs at all, but these were my babies. Checking them all the time. And then they started to crystallize and cocoon. And I would freak out every day because I don't know how I'm supposed to keep checking up on them if they're, technically incapacitated. There's no real signs of life, except for every once in a while when it would bulge, like a baby kicking up at the stomach. But then they grew into butterflies, and I was happy. I was really, really happy until one of the butterflies had a broken wing, we found out. And I was devastated because the teacher had told us that we had to let it outside so that a bird could eat it. Like that's the only way we could do anything. To be fair, it was the most humane thing at the time. I'm not going to let a bunch of 2nd graders take care of a butterfly for the rest of its life. But it did not make me happy. Not at all. Something I think about doing every now and then. It's pretty far away, but it is technically in walking distance. There's a gym that I could go to. I would need to buy a membership. I'm sure eventually I could work that out. feel like that wouldn't be the worst idea. Well, I say that now, but I would want to not go during the day, but in the evening, rather than this night. I would have to gear myself up to go, like right now, for example. And I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't even know if this section of the video is going to be heard. I'm talking a bit louder, just in case, but I have no clue. I might have to, I know that I said all of my videos are going to be unedited. I may or may not have to edit in some subtitling. That's another thing that I should talk about. I said I was going to subtitle every video. That did not happen. I realized with the technology allowed to me, it would take way too much time to do that. The way that YouTube subtitling works is you can do timestamps for every part of the video and like type in the subtitling yourself. My videos are all like an hour long, and multiple of them every day. I'm not doing all that. I would not have the time to. So that plan was kind of a bust, which might bite me in the ass here. Starting to sweat finally. That's a good thing. So, I did indeed make technically a full circle. That was a thing that I did. I'm tired. I probably could, I'm close to home, I could just turn around. I don't know if it's really worth it making it to the full hour. What I figure is I'm going to walk a smaller circle, see how I feel at the end of that. If I'm not feeling too well, then I'll head home. One other thing that I just thought about is that I have not eaten. I have not had breakfast, or I guess lunch now, so I should probably do that. I'm telling you, this phone in my hand is a superpower. Maybe vlogging is my secret to life. I hated saying that. I need you to understand that. But it might be correct. Because I can't say I feel okay, but it feels manageable. I'm able to catch myself a lot quicker than I usually would. It also might be just because I'm in my own neighborhood, and I know that the people around here don't really care. But, the point is that I've been okay-ish. And that's new for me. It's very new. At least for today, that also might be accredited to the weather. It stormed a lot yesterday. Today it's still fairly cloudy. So I can breathe a lot better. And the temperature is down at least a little bit. So I can wear my skin a little better, I say, as I keep having this itch on my neck. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do when I get back home. You know what? I think after this little roundabout, I am going to head home. My feet are the reason why. It feels like I'm about to get blisters. It's funny. I used to be able to walk for hours and hours and hours on end. Not even that long ago, like a few years. Back then, I had somebody to walk with me. And those days are gone. Long gone. I'm on my own now. But walking used to be my favorite thing. Man, especially on those rare occasions, very rare, that I get to go to like a nature preserve. Just walk through all the trees and everything. It would make me so happy. That was at the point where my depression was like bad. Somebody knows what I mean when I say it's bad. But yeah. Those were the times that made my heart flutter a little bit. Of course, it was fleeting, because I knew the nature preserves weren't really all that big. Big enough for me to walk for a good while, but a couple years, I don't know. But after those few hours, I would have to circle back. Number one, because, again, the area is not the largest. Number two, because my mother would get tired. Which, fair, she's almost 30 years older than me. Honestly, reaching that age myself, I get it. But goddamn, I'm about to have a physical therapist. All of the things that my younger self would accredit to old people stuff, I am now having to acquire at an age that doesn't even feel like is old. So that's very interesting to me. Ooh, it's a weird bug. I am going to end the video. I am going to take a shower, find some food, probably reverse that order, brush my teeth, and then start uploading all the videos that I've done so far. And then after that, I will be back to do some music stuff. Possibly some gaming. Figure it out. Wish me luck.